What's going on, everybody, on YouTube, Facebook? Sorry for that technical difficulty before. I was trying to be a little creative and do this live hangout streaming from my back porch outside so you could enjoy the sun, get a little scenery, hear the birds chirping and whatnot, but that didn't work out. It was way too choppy, and it just wouldn't have been as enjoyable for the both of us, and it was really a little too hot out there. I was like 5 minutes into the hangout, and I was drenched in sweat. I look like a hot mess, and nobody wants to see that. But yeah, thanks again for checking into this live hangout. I appreciate it. In today's live hangout, we're going to be talking about some blazers that sold on eBay. I'm going to be sharing the screen with you and showing some items that sold. Talking about some selling points to focus on. Checking out what the items have been selling for, how much you should be paying for them to pick them up, and just diving into some blazers. So if you ever find yourself in a position to buy items of that nature, you could get lucky and you could kind of figure out what you should do so you can make some money. So we're also going to be covering some of my latest training program, Blazing Profits. As you can see in front of you, it's officially for sale. And I'll tell you right now, I've been working very, very hard on this training program. It's been, I don't know, it's probably been about 3 or 4 months in the making, just working day in and day out, and creating the content and recording the videos, getting the people lined up for the interviews and the PDFs, and it's a lot more work than people think, putting a program like this together. But it's finally done. It's a great resource. I tell you right now, if I was new or even an intermediate or an advanced person selling on eBay, and I wasn't selling these types of items, it would be perfect for me. It would be perfect for you. And I mean, the main reason why I love selling these types of items is because of the profit margins. I tell you right now, other than maybe jackets, blazers, sports coats, and suits, there's really nothing better than it in terms of clothing. I mean, it really could bring you in a lot of money, especially the suits. And I mean, it's just crazy. Go to the sold listings, go to the completed listings, go into the sports coats and blazers section, go into the suit section, check the sold listings, and you're going to be very surprised at what some of these sellers are getting for their items. And I'll tell you right now, if you guys have been selling on eBay for a while and you've been picking clothing from thrift stores, you're noticing the prices are going up. It's happening all across the board, and I'm not sure what it has to do with, if it has to do with people on YouTube, which I highly doubt it, or it has to do with the economy or technology, which I do believe it has a big role in. Just everyone has access to a smartphone, a cell phone with the internet. You can look up prices. The people at Goodwill are looking up prices. The economy, it's not really rebounding as fast as people would like. There's a lot of people without jobs. There's TV shows now. They got thrift hunters on there. People know about this stuff, and it's really easy to get your hands on the information. So I think these thrift stores, they're raising the prices. There's a lot more foot traffic in the thrift stores as well now, and as you know, when there's an increased demand for the supply, the prices are going to go up. So prices are going up, but the point I want to make is the prices are going up a lot more on items like polo shirts and button front shirts and shorts versus the blazers, sports coats, and suits. And even the jackets, I've noticed. It seems they have a lot more knowledge when it comes to like the smaller items versus the bigger items. And there's a lot of thrift stores that really just sell these items like the blazers, sports coats, and suits, and coats and jackets. They just sell them so cheap, and they really don't know what they have. So there really is an awesome opportunity right now with those types of items. And that's really why I made the program. The return on investment is amazing. There's not really a lot of competition. People are intimidated by these items. They don't really have a lot of knowledge. They don't know how to ship them. They don't know the brands. The thrift stores, they're selling them a lot cheaper than other items. And, I mean, it's just a great opportunity right now. So this is the program, Blazing Profits, the ultimate guide to making money selling blazers, sports coats, and suits. And I'm not going to go too much into this right now because I really want to spend time giving you content in terms of like the blazers. That's what I want to focus on right now, and the sold listings on eBay. But just to tell you real quick, the program includes a 274-page ebook, 14 bonus training videos, a cheat sheet of 99 brands to buy and sell, which you can upload right to your phone and bring to the thrift store or the auctions, a few bonus templates, one's in Word, one's in PowerPoint, 4 bonus interviews with eBay clothing experts, and I'll tell you right now, that is probably one of my most favorite parts of the program. if I was going to be the consumer, or even just, you know, making the program and looking back on it, it's awesome, you know, hearing stories from other sellers who are making it, who are, you know, bringing in money, who have had success, just hearing how they've, you know, gone along on their journey, the systems that they use in their business, you know, the thoughts that they think inside their mind in terms of selling, just their whole strategy. It's really awesome. And you know, in the future, I really want to do a lot more interviews, because I learned so much from these folks that I interviewed. And if you get the program, I tell you right now, the interview portion is just, it's golden. And lastly, some additional resources like articles and videos that other people have written or recorded that help me personally, things that I found useful that could definitely help you. So program's $37. It's going to be going up to $47 June 9th, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I really wanted to show appreciation to the, you know, the people like you who follow me on Facebook and YouTube and watch my videos and, you know, hit the like button. I wanted to give it to you folks a little cheaper, you know, and give you an opportunity to get it on a budget. And I'll tell you right now, a program like this, there's so much content in it, easily could sell for 99 bucks. At least 69 to 99, even upwards to, there's people who sell these things for a few $100s. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not in this to make millions. Of course, you know, I got that hustler spirit, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I want to make money. And, you know, I definitely want to make money from this program, which is obvious, but I'm not in it to make millions. One of the big motivating reasons behind doing this whole program, you know, besides making a few bucks off of it, is really helping people to make more money, to grow their clothing business, to give them an opportunity, because there's people out there who are struggling to get by. You know, they're living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe they want to take their kids and their family on a vacation, but they can't figure out how to make an extra few $1,000s a year. And, you know, it's for those people. It's for that struggling mom who wants to make a few $100 a week to, you know, like I said, take the kids out on a vacation or have some fun or go to the movie theater, or save up for, you know, a new house or something. Or, you know, another reason is, too, like when I first got started, I was working a crap job, Cracker Barrel, in the restaurants. And it was cool. I mean, you know, I was grateful to have a job, but I hated, you know, working for the man and being stuck, you know, all day, just, you know, making someone else rich, working for another business. I wanted to be in control of my own destiny. And, you know, I'm so grateful for all the people on YouTube and Facebook that, you know, put out videos and content that help me to make money, that I just want to keep giving back and giving back. So with that being said, I'm going to check the comments real quick and see what folks are saying. Then we're going to jump into about 5 or 6 blazers that I have on the screen, and we're going to just do some research and talk about some items that can make you some money, and that's what it's all about. So let me go into the comment section real quick and see what's happening, shout some people out. Show some love. Let's see how many people we got in the house. We got 18 people in the house. That is awesome. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. I'm really grateful to have you here. And if you like these videos, hit the like button. You know, show some support. Let me know that you enjoy these videos. And, you know, I'll keep making them. I really enjoy interacting with you folks. All right. Let's see what's going on. Roxy Curone. Hey, I made a killing last night. Got blazing profits for a steal. Awesome. I am glad. I appreciate that, Roxy. And Do It Keen, did you get anything cool for your birthday? Yeah, I got an Amazon gift card. I got what else did I get? I got a few gift cards. It's so funny. I had like 3 or 4 people give me the same gift card to the same restaurant because I'm obsessed with it. It's called Gorbanzo's. It's over here in Connecticut. It's a Mediterranean it's like a Mediterranean restaurant. It's not a restaurant. It's kind of like a little cafeteria style where you go up in line and you get the pita bread with the vegetables and the onions, and you can get the chicken and the tzatziki sauce, and they kind of throw it all up in a little bowl, and then you could wrap it up in the pita bread. Like, I'm so obsessed with that place, and like everybody gave me a gift card to that place, and it's somewhat healthy too, you know. So I got that. Also got a DVD set. It's called A Haunting by the Discovery Channel, because I'm like obsessed with like those ghost stories and haunting stories. I like freaking myself out for some reason. I don't know. But got that, and got a few other things, some cool stuff. But it was definitely an awesome birthday. 27 years old. So I got to start walking with a cane. I'm getting old. No, I'm just kidding. I am young still. We got James Nemi. Take 2. Action. Exactly. Take 2. Hopefully this works better. If you guys can hear me okay and you can see my screen, I forgot to say, let me know. I want to make sure that you can hear me and see me, because I'm going to be sharing my screen very shortly and just going through some items that sold to help you out. Carl Van, I can't pronounce that last name. What could be the single most effect in selling blazers is how we what could be the single most effect in selling blazers is how we ship. There's a huge dent in profit margin from legal envelope to medium flat rate. If you buy the item for 5 to 7 and you pay almost 12 for box ship and everyone else gets their cut, how do you make serious money? If you can guarantee to sell each for 49 or more, well, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to ship these items, and I covered it in the book, in the program, because honestly, there's like 15 different ways you could ship. You could ship legal flat rate envelope if you could fit it in, but it's going to have to be a smaller item, which is $4.99 if you ship it on eBay or print your labels out on eBay. You could do the bubble flat rate, which is like $5.65. Those are very small, though. One of the tricks that I talked about in the book, and I'm not going to go in too much depth right now, is shipping with zone boxes, Zone A and Zone B, because you could ship those things really, really cheap, even priority in like a plain box if they're close. But if you're shipping it far away, there really is no better way than the flat rates. And sometimes if it's really heavy, you could even check the FedEx prices on eBay, because sometimes they'll be even cheaper. So I know what you're saying, but the beauty with those types of items, Carl, is like the blazer sports coats and suits, is the profit margins or the price that you're yielding from these items are so high that it makes it worth your time. And of course, you know, you want to be as cheap as possible with shipping, but you know, it's pretty easy to sell these items for, like you said, $49 or more once you get the hang of it. And even on the lower end stuff, for you know, it's really, I don't sell anything for less than 25 or 30 if it comes to a sport coat or a suit. And you know, I can pick those up for $1.50 each. Like the ones I sell for 25 or 30 over at a Goodwill. A few towns over from me, every Sunday they do $1.50 on a color, and you can scoop them all up and sell the cheap ones that way, or you can concentrate on the higher end ones and get, you know, upwards to $50 to $150 or more. I mean, it's not going to happen every day. They are a little slower sells versus like the button fronts and polos, but when they pop, they really do pop, and it makes it worth your time. I'm going to check the comments one more time, and then we're going to get into this. Got 23 people watching, 7 likes. Appreciate the support. Hit that like button. Show some love. Give me a little birthday like. I turned 27 the other day. I could use all the likes I can get. All right, let's see. Newest first. What's going on here? Okay. Picker 399 sound is much better. I'm glad. I was trying to do it outside, trying to be creative, but it just didn't work. James Nemi, I've noticed that some thrift stores will put the terms nice and nice brand on their price tags. Oh man, I just missed that comment. Nice brand and nice on their price tags, which results in the store boosting the price on the item. Wow, that's crazy. Ballin', watching at work here in Cleveland. Hey man, get back to work. Someone's paying you. No, I'm just kidding. Do it, Keen. Did you get anything cool for your birthday? I already answered that. All right, so let's get into some items that sold and just talk about these things a little bit. So the first item that sold is a Ralph Lauren Polo University Club blazer, and size 42S. The S stands for short. And there's short, and there's regular, and then there's long. And you can tell based on the length if it's short, medium, not medium, regular, or long. I talk about that in the training program, how to tell, because a lot of times you'll find a blazer or a sport coat or even a suit that doesn't even have the tag, the size tag. And a lot of people, like when I first got started, I would just avoid those items. And you know, I've learned exactly how to measure these items and put a size on it for when the tag's missing. And I tell you right now, a lot of people, even the competition, I noticed, they'll pass these items up because there's no tag. They figure no one's going to buy it, but you can easily size it up. And like I said, I talk about that in the training program. But it's really easy to determine the chest size, which is the 42, and then the you know, the short, regular, or long based on the length. But this one for $52.99, and the pictures are horrible. You could tell. I mean, sorry if if this is somebody who's watching right now. I doubt it, but you know, the pictures really aren't that great. They're a little blurry. You could tell that the contrast is a little messed up here because this is definitely probably a darker blue. You can't really see the gold buttons too well. This is all blurry. You know, it's a hanging mannequin. I mean, I started off using it, but the dress form mannequins definitely make it look nicer. I think they're probably working off of natural light. This picture would really pop a lot more if they had you know, like a backdrop and a nice dress for a mannequin with, you know, some umbrella lights and diffusing the light through it and whatnot. But still, they got $52.99, and even with the subpar pictures, $52.99 is not too shabby at all. See what they said. This is a nice condition Polo University sport coat, 2-button style, navy blue, gold buttons. They did include the measurements. There are a few more measurements that I like to include when it comes to blazers. I usually like to include a shoulder measurement and a waist measurement as well. But $52.99, you could pick this up on a half-off day for anywhere between, well, over here I could probably pick this up for $1.50. People would pass it up all the time, or you know, upwards to $5 to $10 you'd get this for. I wouldn't pay more than, I don't know, probably $8 for something like this. But you could get definitely 40, 50, 60, maybe $69.99 for this if you're patient enough. But Polo University Club, awesome item, wool, Ralph Lauren, timeless brand. Here we have a Tommy Hilfiger, and this is a 3-button style. You could tell just based over on the torso area, there's 3 buttons. Nice navy blue, another blazer. And I go into depth in terms of how to differentiate between blazers, sports coats, and suits in the training program, which I notice a lot of people, they have trouble doing. Like, they don't really know how to do the right keywords or describe it properly because they can't tell the difference between a blazer and a sport coat. A suit's obvious. A suit's pretty much just including the trousers, but still. So, you know, some suit jackets are meant to have the trousers with it and they won't sell, so it's good to know the difference between a suit, a sport coat, and a blazer. So you know, it's not rocket science, but a lot of people, you could just tell based on how to describe the items that they're not really sure if it's a blazer or a sport coat. But this is nice. Oh, that's nice. I like the lining inside. It's got the stripes, Tommy Hilfiger, gently owned, excellent, no flaws. $64.95, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, this isn't even a spectacular brand. I mean, this is really nothing that special, and still brought in $64.95. How would you folks like to pick something up like this for $3 to $7 or $8 and sell it for $64.95? Ship it off for $5 to $10, depending on, you know, the location, the weight, and the method that you use. But still, that's some nice profit right there. That's an amazing ROI, and that's the stuff that makes it worth your time. If you really want to make a business out of this stuff, you got to be focusing on the items that are going to bring in a nice return on your money. And I know how it is. Trust me, I still screw up now and then. I'll sell items that go for, I sold an item the other day for $4. I don't even know why I had that for sale. I must have missed it. I must have priced it the wrong way. I don't know what I did, but, you know, we all screw up once in a while. I'm only human. I make mistakes all the time, but the point I'm trying to make is you want to focus on, I'll tell you right now from my experience, you want to focus on items that sell for a good price. You don't want to waste your time selling things for $5 to $10 to $12. I mean, you could if you want, but when you're selling items that cheap, you've got to do such a high volume to make it worth your time. And the more volume that you do, the more time it takes to list, the more time it takes to take photographs, the more time it takes to ship, the more questions you're going to get, the more problems you're going to get. So I found it best, just from my own personal experience and the amount of time that I've been wanting to put into this, because I really don't want to put 70, 80 hours a week into my eBay business right now. And that's just, like I said, based on, you know, it's kind of like my personality. I like doing different things. I like switching it up. So maybe someone like you wants to, but I don't want to put that much time into it. I'd rather sell less items for a higher profit with less work that makes you more money. And selling these types of items, it really helps. And, I mean, $64.95, that is definitely an amazing price right there. Let me go into the comment section real quick, see what folks are up to. See, we got 30 people watching. Because I really don't want to put 70, 80 hours a week into my eBay business. Sorry about that. All right, let's go into the comments. Got 14 likes, 1 dislike. Boo! Get out of here. I'm just playing. All right, let's see. Shout some people out. Joanna EJGG, been purchasing suits since last week, waiting for you to go release your book so I can list them on eBay. The book is released. It's official. Let me put the link in the comment section. Purchase the Blazing, I can't type, Profits training program here. So if anyone's interested in checking it out, there's the link. You could check out the landing page. I got a bunch of information on there, just talking about what's in it and whatnot. And if you want it, you just hit I want this, and it'll bring you to a section. You put in your credit card number, and it's a very, very simple and easy checkout. And once you purchase it, it's going to give you a link to download it, or it's going to, and it's also going to send you an email. So you could have it in your email as well. Just archive it, put it in a section, archive it, and put it in a section, and hold it that way. You could also stream the interviews that I have in there, and you can stream the bonus videos. I would suggest downloading the PDF and the templates and whatnot. But if you're like on a phone or an iPad, you don't want to waste space, because it all comes to about 1.5 gigabytes. You could stream most of it, but it's really easy. It's $37, and it's a 1-week promotion. It will be going up to 47, but it is released. Let's see what else going on here. What do you think I could get for a black and gray houndstooth, 100% Camel Hair Brooks Brothers sport coat? My research shows them selling all over the place. Thanks. Well, just in general, Holland Hobbies, these items are selling all over the place. Just in general, like the Tommy Hilfiger blazer and the Polo University blazer. I mean, people will sell them for $10, and then others will sell them for $100. Like, it always ranges. It really depends on your business model and how long you want to wait. But just like with Amazon FBA, if you guys have been selling in there, there's idiots on there. You know, people, I hate to use the word, call them an idiot, because they're just, maybe a better word is just uneducated. Like, there'll be people on Amazon FBA where you have like a 10,000 sales rank, and that means it's selling really quick. Let's just say it's a book. That means it's going to sell super quick, or at least it's sold very recent. So let's just say there's a book that has a 10,000 rank, and the FBA people are starting off at $45, and the merchants are down at $10. You'll have somebody come in their FBA at $11, and it's like they don't understand how it works. They're uneducated, and they just undercut the whole market, and they get the quick sale, but they're gone real quick. So the point I'm trying to make is when you're selling these items, and I'll let you know what I think it's worth. The point is when you're selling these items, sell them for a price that you're comfortable with. Don't be that guy who, unless you want to do super high volume, who sells it, boom, super quick. I mean, that's cool, but you're not going to yield those profits that you really are desiring and really want. So I would rather, like back to that book example, put it up for the 40, 45, be competitive, or even a little higher, and wait for it to sell out and then get my price. So back to, let's see where your comment is. What do you think you would get for the 100% Camel Hair Brooks Brothers sport coat? Well, first of all, the houndstooth pattern is beautiful. People love that. Brooks Brothers, amazing brand. Probably one of the best brands to buy with these types of items. And camel hair, oh my God, terrific selling point right there. Awesome material. So I've sold similar items, probably the same exact one, upwards to $100. I've also sold them for maybe $50 with not that nice of a design. So I probably would shoot for maybe like I don't know, $89.99 or something like that, and wait it out. You could even put it up for maybe $99.99 with a buy it now best offer. But those things are in high demand, and anytime I find Brooks Brothers camel hair, I start doing jumping jacks in the thrift store because and cartwheels because those things sell hot. So awesome find right there. Tom Bear, what's up? Steve, sounds good. What is happening, Mr. Bear? What did he say? Ball and hit newest first on the comments. We will stop seeing the same comments to see the most. Yeah, I've been doing that. I think I just forgot, though. Let me see if that. I think it just updates automatically. Thank you, though. Do it, Keen. Hubby is taking photos of my haul while I watch your podcast. He says it is not fair. I should be listing, but I told him I'm educating myself. Exactly. You are educating yourself in the business. You already learned one thing right now. If you find a Brooks Brothers camel hair sport jacket, you pick it up because those things are hot. So you go tell your hubby that you definitely are educating yourself. You're going to learn something. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. But let's get back into the items that are sold on eBay, the blazers, and see what we got happening here. See, this is a I was doing some research before finding these things, and this is an item that I was unfamiliar with. This is a bespoke, which means custom made. If you guys aren't sure, if you ever see that word, I didn't know what that word meant a while back, and I did some research. It means custom made. Kilgore, French, and Stanberry. So I've never heard of this brand, or let's see, there's so many different brands. Kilgore, French, and Stanberry. Never heard of it. I mean, I'll tell you right now, guys, You know, there's so much more to learn in terms of blazers, sports coats, and suits. I have a ton of knowledge, and I can definitely help you guys take it to the next level, but I don't know it all. You know, there are brands out there. There are specific little details that, you know, I'm going to learn in the future, because this is a learning experience for me as well. You know, I could definitely help you to get to the next level and learn a lot more very quick and fast track it, but there are brands out there that I am unsure of, and this is an example. But I did notice that it sold for $60. There was 2 bids on it with a $13 shipping tag, and this is double-breasted. It's got some nice, looks like they're gold or gold brass buttons. Really nice wool, navy blue, beautiful blazer right there, 42 long, which means the length is probably falling around 36 or 37 inches. Let's see. 31 3/4. So maybe he's measuring it a little differently. I usually measure it from the top of the collar down to the bottom, but sometimes I also measure it from the bottom of the collar down to the hem of the jacket. So I'm not sure how exactly he's measuring it, but and sometimes they're tailored as well. But that definitely doesn't seem like a long. That seems more like a short. Let's see, length from bottom of the collar to hem at the center back. So maybe that's why. So that probably equals out more to like a 34, which would be like a regular, I guess, or a long. He'd get away with it. But Kilgore, French, and Stanberry. I mean, I'm gonna do some more research on this brand to see what's going on. But $60, you know, $60 again. You know, an awesome return on investment. Get this thing for $5, $6, $7, and you know, sell for 60. Even if you ship it in a medium flat rate, it's only going to cost you $10.65. If they're close to you, you ship it with a zone box, or you can try to shove it into a legal flat rate if your post office doesn't freak out on you. Or you could even you know, put it in a poly bag or a plain box, and maybe it'll be cheaper FedEx or parcel or priority. So just got to experiment. But 60 buckaroos on that puppy. And also, I wanted to take a moment to also let you folks know that I'm going to be doing a little special thing right now. So I want to give you guys a little offer. If you guys purchased the Blazing Profits training program yesterday, or if you purchase it today by, let's just say, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, if you purchase it by tonight or today, or if you purchased it yesterday, I'm actually going to throw all the names of the people who purchased the program into it's going to be like a little raffle, and I'm going to choose a winner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refund their total price of whatever they paid for it, $37. So it's just a little incentive to purchase the program, and you know, to give somebody out there, a lucky person, a chance to get the program for free. So if you purchase the program, if you purchased it yesterday, I'm going to enter you in as well. And if you purchase it by today, by 11:59, you know, right before it turns over to the next day tonight, and you purchase the program, I'm going to enter you into a little raffle, and I'm going to choose a winner and release it on my Facebook page over at Rake and Profit. So if you purchase it today, make sure to also go over to my Facebook at Rake and Profit, like that, so you can stay in tune with my updates. And I'm gonna choose a lucky winner. And I'm probably gonna just choose it randomly. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live or not, but I'm gonna choose one person, and they're gonna have gotten the program for free. So if you're planning on purchasing within the next few days, or maybe in the future, today might be a better day, because you could win it. You know, there hasn't been a ton of sales, and there's been a good amount of sales coming in, but you definitely have a decent chance of you know, winning the program for free. So I figured I would share that. But in any event, let's get into the next blazer that sold. Here we have a Michael Kors. Making sure this is still recording. Michael Kors, navy blue blazer, gold button. Really nice, 2-button style. And I like what the seller did. The picture's okay. I think that they have the lighting a little messed up. It definitely is probably, I know for a fact it's more of a darker blue, and it looks like it's a little too bright. They probably need to get in tune a little better with their what am I trying to say, their camera settings. But this is an awesome seller right here, Madmen Suits. They do a really good job. Usually their pictures are a lot better, but still it's clean. It's clean looking, but I would like it to look a little darker, but still, you know, I'm nitpicking right now. Awesome sellers, and still a beautiful item. But I'll tell you right now, if you want to get top dollar for your items, pictures are really important. You know, the better the pictures, the higher the selling price, the more you're going to differentiate yourself from the crowd. That's key. And, you know, I don't take the best pictures in the world. I do have an employee that takes them, and he does a very good job. But you know, I still have room for improvement for my pictures, and I think we all do. There's always something you know, new that we could do to improve our pictures. So I really shouldn't be nitpicking anybody's, but the point I'm trying to make is, you know, the higher quality your pictures, the more you're usually going to get. But still, $59.95. The seller did a great job with prepping this item. Really nice mannequin they have. You can tell it's a dress form. They got the dress shirt under it, a nice tie. You know, presented real nice and aligned properly. It's not tilted or doesn't look all wrinkly, but beautiful item. $59.95 plus $9.95 to ship. Check out Mad Men Suits on eBay. Check their sold listings. They have over 13,000 feedback, and they do a really good job. Let's check out the listing right there. I'm going to show it to you. Mad Men Suits, awesome seller. Details, they got the brand, the material, so it's a wool blend with polyester, navy blue, center rear vent. Sometimes you'll see a center, sometimes you'll see a dual vent, other times there won't be a vent. Pockets, they got the two lower flat pockets and the left chest pocket, 3, and full lining. Some will be fully lined, some items, sometimes they'll be partially lined, other times they won't be lined at all. Let's see how they have their measurements. Ooh, this is nice. I like how they have that little diagram right here. I definitely should have something like that in my listing. Maybe you guys should too. That looks cool. So the buyer could just reference exactly how they measurement. They got the shoulder, chest length, waist length, and sleeve. That's what I have as well. Very clean. I like this listing. Mad Men Suits. Do some research on them. They are killing it. All right, let's look at another one. Here we have a Travelsmith. It looks like a blazer, but it might be a sport coat. I don't think the buttons are metal. It kind of looks a little sport coaty. But nice item right there. Travelsmith is a brand that I usually pass up. I usually don't buy it. You'll see this brand for like outdoor stuff, vintage button front shirts and whatnot. It's kind of has like a little North Face feel to it, but it usually doesn't seem to sell that well. And this is the first time I've ever seen this item in a blazer, or you could even call it a sport jacket. They're pretty similar in this one. It just doesn't exactly look like a blazer in my opinion, but I guess it's up for debate. But nice item right here, 44 long and 95.96. Holy moly, jackpot! That's crazy right there. I can't believe this brand is bringing in so much money. And again, I mean, if you look at the pictures, beautiful picture, amazing tie, nice shirt. See how the listing is? Oh, that's clean. That is one clean listing right there. Wow, I need to learn a thing or two from this listing. Look at the pictures. They got the men's jacket. This is beautiful. Wow. Who are these guys? Let's check out the seller tag right here. Stylish quality. Over 1,000 feedback. 100% positive feedback. Awesome. You know, see, this is a person that I'd click on right now and just go into the store and see what they're selling. But $95.96. I tell you right now, you pick that thing up for $5-10, you are, you know, taking the family out for a real nice dinner. But all right, let me check the comment section real quick, see what's happening in here, see what we got going on. Appreciate all the likes. We got 29 people watching still. That's awesome. Let's go to newest first. See what's happening here. John Paul Val. Good morning, Steve. Bought your guide, and thanks to you, I had only 3 hours of sleep. Hey, don't blame me. Just kidding. Awesome. I appreciate it, John. And you know, I hope it really, you find it valuable and it adds value to your life, and you can go out there and take action. That's really important. I mean, you know, I've bought programs in the past where, you know, I've read the whole program, or I've listened to the videos and checked out the interviews, because there's a lot of programs out there, and you know, I didn't take action on them sometimes, like in the past, and you know, it didn't really help because I didn't take action. So the point I'm trying to make is you really got to work this program. You know, the content that you learn, the information that you learn, the brands, you know, the methods to ship, all the information you're going to learn, you got to implement it, John, and not just you. And this is for myself too, for things that I do. Implementation and taking action is key. You got to take action on the information. That's really what's going to separate you from you know, the crowd. But I appreciate that, John, and you you know, it really shows a lot about you that you're going out there and you're paying money for a program, and you know, you're staying up late and you're educating yourself. And I'm pretty sure you're the type of guy who you're gonna implement these things, and you're gonna go out there and you're gonna try them out and you're gonna experiment. And, you know, you're gonna have wins, you're gonna have losses. Some of those stuff's not gonna work for you. Some of it will, because that's just how it is in general. What works for me sometimes might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. But you're gonna find your way. You're gonna try different things, and you're gonna make it work. So congratulations on that. James Nemi, do you purchase suits if the interior lining is in poor condition? It really depends. A lot of times you're going to notice with these jackets that, especially like the armpit lining around there, it could have rips or it's kind of tearing off a little bit. And if it's like a super nice item, like let's say it's like a 52 regular Brooks Brothers gold button blazer, and let's just say it's $5.99, the interior is ripping a little bit, I'll scoop it up, even a Ralph Lauren polo like that, because those things sell for really good money. And someone would be willing to, you know, pay a little less and purchases it to in order to, you know, have it fixed for a few bucks. So it really depends on the item. If it's an item that normally only sells for maybe 30 or 40 bucks and they're asking $7.99, you know, I'm definitely not going to pick it up, because there's so many items out there, such abundance out there. It's ridiculous, especially with the blazer, sports coats, and suits. And I'm not just saying that because I'm selling a program. I really mean it. I'm telling you right now, go out there. Even if you don't buy this program, go out there. You know, first do some research on eBay, scan the sold listings, the completed listings, watch some videos, read some articles, put in, you know, 5-10 hours of work, and then go out there and look for these items. And you're going to notice that there's so many more of these items versus like button fronts and stuff in terms of high quality, because people don't mess with these things. I mean, obviously there's people in your area that are killing it off of it, you know, just like with anything. People are making money with everything, but the herd, the crowd, the large amounts of people, they're not doing it. And you're going to be really surprised when you notice how many amazing items are out there. I mean, items that just sell for 90 to 150 bucks all day long, and they're just sitting there. They're sitting there. Even after a half-off day, people just don't know about this stuff. All right. Beryl, B-E-R-Y-L, 12, do you give more preference to blazers with elbow patches over others, and where would you suggest buying a floor mannequin? Yeah, the elbow patches are definitely a awesome selling point. Like the sports jackets and stuff that have the elbow patches, or even around the shoulder area, they always seem to do really well. So yeah, I love those. Those definitely do a lot better. Where would you suggest buying a floor mannequin? Just check on eBay or Amazon. They're all over the place. Just do a quick search. But you know, if you go on Amazon, you can get some good reviews for ones that people have bought in the past and buy a similar one even on a different platform. But that's how I do it. The Real Infinite J, I've had a Burberry suit jacket for about a month now. Haven't listened to it because I'm not sure how to take the measurements. Found it for $5, so I couldn't grab it. An idea what they go for? I mean, like I said before, these things are all over the place. It really depends on the design, the color, the size, the material, certain selling points, the buttons, the lining, the vents. I mean, it all plays a role. The sleeves and whatnot, if it has like functional buttons or whatnot, functional sleeves. But it really depends. They're all over the place. You'd have to send me a picture, but for $5 you can't go wrong. I mean, you could at least get 30 upwards to, you know, $100 more, just depending on the item. But yeah, you gotta learn how to take those measurements. They're really, really easy, and you really don't even you know, you can find them pretty easily out there. Just do some research or pick up the program. Picker 399 going to be picking on your new program today at a special price. Ready to get my blazers selling on. I'll tell you right now, they're out there. You just gotta, you know, you gotta get out there and you gotta pick them up and experiment with them and just see what works for you. You know, try different business models out. You can try blowing them out, or you can try pricing them high. You know, they do take a little longer to sell just because they are kind of like a specialty niche item, but you know, you get enough of them in your inventory and you price them high enough, and you know, you got the profit margin set in. When they pop, they pop. And I tell you right now, you could buy 10 of them and sell one of them and pay for all of it, and then they're all just profit, and they just kind of trickle sell over time. So that's kind of my strategy right there. Louis the Seller, what is happening, my dude? Rakin, how long did it take for you to need a storage room from when you started selling clothing? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, thanks for the question, Louis. That's a great question. Let's see. My memory is so bad. I've been selling for probably a year and a half, maybe coming on 2 years, somewhere around there. I'm horrible with my memory and stuff like that, but it took me probably about a year in order to get a storage unit. Once I hit about 300 in inventory, it was kind of time to get, you know, a storage unit, because it was just it was hard to keep track of them. I had them all in my closet. It was horrible, but probably about a year. With the information I know now, if I had this information, I had to start over from scratch. I'd probably get one within like 3 months. You could get so much inventory. But, you know, the first year, there was nobody putting out programs. There wasn't a lot of people putting out videos with clothing. You know, I had to kind of learn on my own and experiment. And, you know, that's why this program, Blazing Profits Training Program, is so valuable, because not only can it fast track your success, but you can model success. You got these interviews of people that are killing it with clothes. You've got everything in one central spot. You've got everything you need to know. You don't have to be hunting about how to ship things and how to, you know, the brands that sell and how to price and getting business models and how to differentiate the terminology to use. It's all in one spot. Instead of wasting, you know, hours and hours and hours trying to figure it out on your own, which is fine. I mean, if you're low on money and, you know, or you really don't, you know, believe in investing in and programs, that's fine. You learn on your own. You could do it. My program is not 100% necessary. You don't need it to succeed. It's more of just a tool, and that can definitely help you. But, you know, put in your legwork, and you can definitely make it happen. Callum Reeves bought a really nice Hugo Boss blazer and has a small rip in the elbow, but I sold a Brooks Brothers blazer that made up for it. You win some, you lose. Exactly. And that's the beautiful thing with these types of items. You know, the profit margins are so high, like I said. You could buy, let's just say you buy 10 sport coats. If you sell 1 or 2 of them for a really decent profit, not only have you paid for all your inventory and paid for all your fees, but you're actually making a profit, and everything from then on is, you know, just pure cash in your pocket. And, you know, not everything's going to sell. Some of these items are weird. Some of them are really good, and they just don't sell. But that's all good. You blow them out. If they stop selling, you just throw them away, because profit margins are so high, like I said. The business model really makes it easy to succeed. There's not a lot of people doing it. Excuse me for a second. I got to get a drink. Good old water. All right. Let's see what is happening in here. So yeah, if you guys are interested in purchasing the program, there is a link in the comment section right here. You could just click that button, and it's going to bring you over to the sales page. You could, you know, just check it out, see if it's a fit for you. You know, if you want to step up your clothing game, if you want to make more money, if you want to learn a new thing and get a new tool in the shed, and, you know, just have something that could bring you in some consistent money at high profit margins, definitely look into it. It's all here. I bring you along on my journey. I tell you exactly what you need to, you know, go through the whole entire process of, you know, sourcing them to listing them to, you know, just everything. It's really A to Z, and, you know, this is what I do. I sell these types of items along with, you know, a lot of other types of items. So I know exactly what it takes to sell these items. And again, you know, I'm not, you know, 100% expert when it comes to everything with clothing, but, you know, I do have a lot of knowledge. I know how to sell these types of items and other items, and I know what it takes to make money from this stuff. So it's all here, and you know, it really could help you. That's really why I made this program. I want people to succeed. You don't know how many countless, and I don't say this to brag, or I don't say this to, you know, boost my ego, but you don't know how many people messaged me from my first clothing guide, 101 Killer Clothing Brand, saying, thank you so much. You helped me make money. You helped me save up for a vacation. You helped me pay for my kids into school or whatever. I mean, so it really is a great feeling. I suggest any of you folks who are, you know, picking or reselling, whatever you're doing, to even consider starting a YouTube channel and just putting information out there, even if you just share your screen and you help other people out. You don't have to, you know, put the camera on yourself, but it's really rewarding. It really is helping out people and just assisting them the way that you folks have assisted me to really, you know, change my life. And, you know, starting a YouTube channel is not for everybody. You kind of got to be outgoing. You know me, I never shut up, so it's good for me. But even if you're shy or an introvert or whatever, I mean, it's worth it. Even start up a Facebook group and you know, post your finds, or you know, answer the newbie questions that, you know, the new folks are trying to figure out, because you know, there's enough out there. There's an abundance of information, of items, of just money out there for all of us, and you know, there's enough for everybody. So give back what you want to receive. I feel the more I give, the more I help, the more I receive myself. And it's not to be greedy or anything, but it's just the laws of the universe. The more you give, the more you get. You know, you treat people the way you want to be treated, and it really works out. So let's end that little rant and get on to another item that's sold. So this is the last item I'm going to be talking about. And I remember someone in the comments was just asking about the Burberry item. Who was that? Yeah, the Real Infinite J. You were asking about how much you could get for the Burberry jacket. Well, here's a Burberry blazer that sold. It looks like they were selling it for $125 initially, and they took a best offer. If you're trying to figure out how to tell what an item actually sold for in terms of a best offer with the line through it, just scroll down to the print section. You hit that, and it'll tell you what it sold for. So this sold for $85. Which is an awesome return on your investment, especially considering that you're not going to pay more than $10 for this. And if they're charging you 20 or 30, just pass on it and scoop it up on a half-off day. But beautiful item. I mean, London, Burberry, beautiful color, size 48 long. It is bigger, a little bigger than average, so that's definitely an awesome selling point. The gold buttons, or it looks like they're, can't tell, brass, something like that. They're metal buttons, obviously, but just a nice item in general. $85. Shipping was on top of that. So I mean, I'm telling you guys, these types of items could make you a lot of money. And every time because I have an employee that takes my photographs and stuff, every time I go to drop off the clothes at his house every few days, because that's what I do. I buy all the stuff. Then I drop it off at his house, and I got all my equipment over there. Check out my Facebook. I just posted a picture of our photography setup. But I drop all the stuff off there, and he takes all the pictures. He does all the listings. I got like a listing template. Then I pick it all up, and I just input it all into eBay. But the point I was trying to make was, every time I drop something off over there, it's like it's becoming more and more blazers, sports coats, and suits. And he said, Steve, what happened to the button fronts and the polos? It seems like you're selling so many you're listing so many blazers, sports coats, and suits. And I said, you want to know what, man? That's what I'm focusing more on, because it makes your time. What am I trying to say? It's more worth your time. These things sell for more profit, and again, they do take a little longer to sell, and some of them don't sell. But again, you know, if you got the right pricing and business model, it's really worth your time. So I was telling him, I said, well, get used to it, because that's what I'm starting to focus a lot more on. Expect the bigger items, and you know, I am going to be paying them a little more. I pay them per item because I'm not there, but I am paying them a little more nowadays, because I am throwing a lot of bigger items on them, like the three-piece suits, and you know, the suits in general. They do take a little longer to photograph, because you got to prep the mannequin, and you got to you know, take measurements of the trousers too, or it just takes longer to do in general, more measurements and whatnot. But yeah, in the training program, I go all into how to take pictures, how to take all the measurements, how to prep your mannequins, just a lot of tips. It even comes down to editing and the eBay editor. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm not just preaching this information, I'm living it. And I tell you right now, I'm going to be selling a lot more of these items, because I'm picking a lot more of them, I'm listing a lot more of them, and a lot more of them are starting to sell. And a year from now down the road, I can guarantee that my inventory that consists of blazers, sports coats, and suits is probably going to be 50 or 60% higher, because I am just hitting it really hard. So I want to let you guys know I'm not just preaching it, I'm actually living it, and I really believe in what I have to say. All right, let's check the comments real quick. Update that. I'm going to be selling a lot. Sorry about that. Let's see. If you guys want to be shouted out, or you want to share a Facebook group, or you want me to give you some love, just let me know. Let's see. Do It Keen. I have almost 400 subscribers, but we show Polish people life in the United States. Nothing fancy, just simple life in places, so they know how normal people live here. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. I'll have to check out your channel. The Real Infinite J will do. Thanks for the response, man. Anytime, man. Get that Burberry item listed up. CPM Gaming HD, what price will Blazing Profits be after the dead end? I think you're referring to after June 9th, because it's $37 right now, and then on June 9th or June 10th, I'm not sure, one of those days, I'm going to raise it up to $47. And it's, to be honest, it's just an incentive to get people to buy, and also to give back to the loyal followers and the people that really are living this stuff on a daily basis, watching my videos, checking me out on Facebook, and really want to learn. I wanted to give those folks a discount, and be able to have them get this valuable information on a discount. But you know how it is sometimes. If you've ever sold something, sometimes you got to give people a little push. You got to put a little pressure on them to make a decision, and I'm the same way as well. Sometimes it's hard for me to make a decision without someone giving me a little nudge. So by giving everyone an incentive and giving them a little appreciation, hopefully more people will purchase it and whatnot, and it can help a lot more people. Because I tell you right now, if you're one of those people who are like, I don't pay for education, I'm not paying for a training program, I could do it all on my own, that's fine, and I'm not judging you at all, trust me, because I've been like that sometimes too. But we live in the information age right now, and the more information you have, the more money you're going to make, and it's really what it's all about. Time is money. Time is one of my biggest commodities. Time should be one of your biggest commodities, one of your most valuable assets. You don't want to give away your time very easily. There's people who, they say, I have a friend who will drive literally an hour and a half to save 10 cents on gas. And I'm thinking to myself, you're saving what, maybe 10 or 15 bucks every few weeks or whatever filling up your gas, but you're giving away 3 hours to save 10 bucks. What's your time worth? And what if he spent those 3 hours building a business or educating himself or developing a skill or reading or purchasing a program? How much could that pay you back, not only on a one-time basis, but it could be residual. It could be something that compounds. It keeps happening. So what I'm trying to say is, when you invest in yourself, you're not only you're bringing in more future profits. You're fast tracking your success. You're putting a value on your time, and that's really what it's all about. And the older I get, the more I get into different little businesses, and just the older and the more mature I get, the more I realize how precious time is. We live one life. We're here for a very short period of time. We're here, we're there, and then we're gone. And what's your time worth? What do you want to do with your time? Do you want to spend hours and hours and hours, and like I did, spending a year and a half experimenting and trying to figure out what works? Or do you want to take my knowledge over the last 18 months or so, 18 to 20 months, and just fast track it? And that's with anything in life. If you want to lose 30 or 40 pounds, do you want to figure out the whole diet on your own, or do you want to watch some YouTube videos or invest in a little $10 program that could really fast track your success? So that's my philosophy. I'm not trying to put my philosophy on anyone else, because we're all different. We all have our own thoughts, our own ideas, but regardless, that's how I think. But it really isn't for everyone. The training program, if you're, like I said, if you're on a budget, or you got other things going on, you might just want to do it on your own. But I'm gonna go into the comments one more time, see what people are up to, and then I'm gonna roll out of here. I got to ship out some items. I got quite a few I got to get going. Go to the storage unit and whatnot, and pick them up. That's what I do. I go to the storage unit. I check my phone. I got the inventory number on each item that's sold. So I check my smartphone, get the inventory numbers. I pick them all out of the unit. They're all like systemized on like a letter number basis. I pick them up, bring them home, polybag them or box them up, however I do it for this different items. Go on eBay, print out the shipping labels, and either I drop them off at the post office or I have them pick it up, just depending on if I schedule it or whatnot. But or I missed the cutoff. But let's check out the comments real quick. Freestyle Finds agrees our most valuable commodity is time. It really is. I tell you right now, it's just like we only have so much time here. We take time for granted sometimes, and you don't want to be on your deathbed, or I don't want to get crazy with this talk and get it depressing or whatever, but you really don't want to be on your deathbed and realize that you wasted your time on things that you could have avoided just by doing different things. So time really is precious. You want to spend your time on things that really, really matter. Yep, caught this live. I appreciate it. Raykin, I started sharing my experiences as a reseller again. Please give me a shout out. Thanks. Anytime, man. Louis the Seller on YouTube. Check him out. Louis the Seller. I've been following him for a while now. He puts out some great content, and I'm not sure if I haven't seen you in the feed for a while, so I guess you might have stopped for a while, but seems like you said, you've started sharing your experiences as a reseller again. So yeah, I'm shouting you out, man. Follow him on YouTube, Louis the Seller. Cool guy, down to earth, you know, keeps it real, and that's really what it's all about. You know, we're all on different levels. We all have different experiences, different takes, different models. So it's really awesome to look at other people and just see how they're doing it. And I love learning from others too. I mean, that's how you got to do it. Holland Hobbies, I will take some love from my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get off the ground. Thanks. LOL, by the way. Bought your new program and read a ton last night. It's great. Thank you. Yeah, Holland Hobbies. Check him out on YouTube. I believe I've watched some of your videos. There's so many videos out there, and my memory stinks. But I'm going to check you out right after this feed. But I've heard your name getting thrown around a lot lately, so I think you're doing some good stuff. I'm going to confirm that, though, and check it out. But Holland Hobbies, check him out. I think it's a him. I hope Holland Hobbies, he or she. I'll have to look more into that. I apologize for that. Let me know what your name is if you can. But, yeah, it seems like that's about it. Oh, here we got Mad Main in the house. Hold on, let me get these comments section. Newest first. I must have missed her. Mad Main, popping in lunch. During lunch, enjoyed your eBay Scavengers interview. By the way, I sold a few vintage sports coats from the 60s a few years ago. They went for a lot of money, but I hated measuring them. Oh, measuring's not too bad. Once you get the system down, it's pretty easy, but I know what you're saying. You got to do a little bit more measuring, especially if you're not like huge into clothes. I mean, measuring could be a pain in the you-know-what at times. But Mad Main, there's another YouTuber to check out. Mad Main is killing it. Got a lot of love for Mad Main. Awesome girl right there. She's rocking it, rocking and rolling. She's got some cool videos, going to the thrift store, showing different stuff, sharing her experiences, and it's been really fun watching her, you know, grow as a reseller. And she's got some live hangouts all the time, so definitely check out Mad Main. I'll tell you right now, she is rocking and rolling. Jordan John Willett, hey, what's the most money you've ever made on one item? That's tough. If we're talking clothing, I've never had like a super crazy score. Like Hart's Motor Company the other day, he sold a it was a Loro Piana cashmere blazer for $500. I've never sold anything that crazy. You know, I've sold. I'm trying to think something exactly. I know I've sold clothing items for like $200 plus. I can't really remember what brand it was. I know I sold a beautiful Brooks Brothers the other day for, it was like $149.99. It's a pretty nice sale, but I've never had anything super crazy like $500. I did last year. I sold a pair of bicycles I picked up from a yard sale for $100. Ended up selling them for about $700, so that was like a $600 quick flip. But you know, usually my really sweet flips are usually in the 100 range. But the more you go out, the more you're going to get lucky. Happy housewife, what's going on? Learning so much from you. Thanks. Can you tell us when you knew it was time to hire a helper, and when was it time to get a storage unit? Well, I already answered the storage unit question before, but pretty much I knew I needed to get a storage unit when I had no more room left in my room, and it was kind of grossing me out having all these clothes. I'm like, it was driving me crazy having the clothes near me all the time. I'm like, I got to separate my life from my business life. So that's when I knew I couldn't expand anymore. I had no more space. I was at like 300 inventory. Now I'm up to like 600. So you know, I didn't have any more space, so I had to get one. When did I know I needed to hire a helper? Well, just to give you a quick little background, I do a lot more than just eBay and clothing. I do Amazon FBA. As you know, I've got the Blazing Profits program, 101 Killer Clothing Brand, so I do a lot of writing. I do YouTube. I'm an admin in the green room. I sell on Craigslist. I do a few other things, so I'm a pretty busy guy. I got a lot of stuff going on. So I wanted to expand my business, or I wanted to keep maintaining my business, doing my sales anywhere between $5,000 and $7,000 a month on eBay. I wanted to maintain it, but I wanted to have other time to spend on other stuff like creating programs that could help people, or putting out more videos, or you know, being able to go to the thrift store more. So I didn't have enough time. Like I said, time is a huge commodity, and I needed to cut out a good chunk of time because photographing pictures between 50 and 100 items a week, photographing them and taking the measurements and creating the whole listing template, that could take about, you know, 20 to 25 hours a week, maybe more or less, depending on how fast you move. So I needed to free myself of that time, and I didn't mind giving some money away to be able to spend time on other things that could become more passive. And that's the beauty with creating books and products, and even YouTube or Kindle publishing. They're very passive. You do the work once, and you know, it helps people for years and years to come, and you get paid from it. So I wanted to spend some more time on passive things. So eventually I could go back to eBay, which is what I'm planning on doing, hitting it really hard. Because I mean, recently, the last few months, with all the stuff going on, I've been putting in about 10 to 15 hours a week. Very minimal. Been going to the thrift store maybe once or twice, just doing listings every night. That's all I've been doing. I'm not photographing. I'm not, you know, I got the employee doing that. And I've still been able to maintain anywhere between $4,500 to $6,000 a month with very, very minimal time, with a profit margin of probably around the 50% mark. But I am planning on hitting eBay once again very hard and really starting to build up the inventory, maybe upwards to the 1,000 mark. And, you know, putting in maybe 30 hours a week. And my goal, I would like to get my sales, my gross sales, up to, I would really like to get into the $7,000 to $9,000 a month range, maybe 30 hours a week with my employee, and maybe even eventually get a warehouse with a few employees and whatnot. But again, I mean, that's the thing with eBay. It takes so much time, especially with clothing. It takes so much time to not only source the inventory, and depending on where you live in the country, it could take a lot longer. I'm actually very lucky to live in this part of Connecticut where there's a ton of thrift stores, so I could really hit them quick. But between sourcing inventory and then you know, prepping it, and that could be either you know, cutting off the tags or taking out stains, which I really don't do, or washing them if they're dirty, or bringing them to the dry cleaner, and then photographing them and measuring them and shipping them and packing them and storing them and picking them up. I mean, it takes a lot of time. It's very active. It's not for everybody, but it takes a lot of time. So if you want to grow, you definitely got to figure out ways to manage your time and be able to keep, you know, building an inventory. So that's to make a long story short. I mean, that's how I knew I needed, you know, an employee. I was running out of time. I was feeling like crap. I was getting like sick because I was just working so much by myself. So I needed someone else to take on some of the load, and that's kind of how it happened. But I mentioned it in a video before. I'm the type of guy who I get bored so easily. I need to be doing different things. I kind of like having a hectic life where I'm just like bouncing from thing to thing. Like I hate just being stuck on one thing. Like if I had to list and just do eBay for 50, 60 hours a week, like I would shoot myself. And sorry to be like that, but it's like that's just my personality. Like I'm like ADHD, or what's it called? ADHD. I never stop moving. Like if you guys ever see me in person or we ever have a hangout together, like I'm the type of guy who's like, I'm always tapping my foot, or I'm moving around, or I'm bouncing from place to place. I'm like a crazy kid. Like, so the point I'm trying to make is, you know, I like doing a bunch of stuff. It's my personality. You got to find what works for you. You know, if you want to hit it 60, 70 hours a week, you know, go for it. Highly suggest doing it if that's what you're trying to do. I'm just checking a few more comments. I'm going to roll out of here. I got to go pick some stuff up. My name is Matt. I'm a man. I thought Matt was a girl's name. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Matt. Holland Hobbies. It is a man. His name is Matt. At least the last time I checked, my wife still lets me be sometimes. Yeah, I know. Sometimes you don't feel like a man once you got a wife or a girlfriend. I'm just kidding. See if we have anyone else in here. All right, that looks like it's about it. So I'm going to wrap things up. Cindy, what's going on? Just want to make sure I shout everybody out. All right, so that's about it. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for about an hour, maybe a little longer. I'm not sure how long this has lasted right now, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you learned some new stuff, or you got some of your answers, some of your questions answered. Again, if you're just tuning in, Blazing Profits, the training program, is officially available, and it's a 274-page ebook. It's going to come with 14 bonus training videos all in e-file, a cheat sheet of 99 brands to load onto your phone, bonus templates, Word and PowerPoints, 4 bonus interviews with clothing experts, each 30 minutes a piece, and that's really helpful, and some additional resources. So if you purchase this, 37 bucks. It's a 1-week special. It will be going up to $47, I believe June 9th or June 10th. So it is an incentive for you to purchase it now, get it at a discounted rate, you know, get that education in your brain, get going. Yeah, it's officially available. And also, I mentioned before, if you purchase the program yesterday, or if you purchase it today by 11:59, before the day turns over to the next day, you are going to be put into a raffle, and I'm going to choose one random winner. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to surprise you, and I'm going to refund your entire order. So for 37 bucks, you're just going to get it refunded. So pretty much you got it for free. It's kind of like giving away a free program to someone who already purchased it. So purchase it today, or if you purchased it yesterday, you'll be put in a raffle. You could win the entire program for free. Again, appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully it helps. The program or the information I talked about helps. Again, it's really a tool to fast track your success and to save you on time, because time is valuable. So if you're interested in the program, I'll leave an annotation on the screen. I'll also leave a link in the description in the comment section. And if you want it, just click the link, go over here, click I want this. It'll you'll put in your credit card number. It'll send you a download link to your email, and also give you an option to just download it directly right then and there. You could stream all the videos and all the interviews, so you don't have to download all of them and waste all your space. But the book is a PDF. Download it right to your phone. Bring it along with you. A lot of good information. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.